Hi, everybody. I'm so glad that you're joining us today. I have the honor and the pleasure to talk with my friend Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent. So I'm so grateful to have you on our not really show, but just recording today with me and telling me a little bit of your story with BeBalanced. So just so you guys know, this is going to be a bit of a wedding story. So specifically, kind of how Bonnie found BeBalanced and was able to use our program to get to her goal weight for her wedding, which is awesome because we all know, when you're getting married, you want to look your best, and it can be difficult sometimes. A lot of stress going on in lives, and finding the right program, getting to your goal in the right amount of time. So first of all, Bonnie, I just want to thank you for being here and for being willing to share your story with me.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Bonnie, just as a little background, okay, so I know we have kind of talked offline, but I thought it was really interesting to hear kind of what you do for a living, because if you've been introduced to Be Balanced before on any level, you know that we talk a lot about stress and how that impacts not only your weight but a lot of different factors when it comes to your hormones. So just so you can give everybody a little background, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm in law enforcement and I'm a flight paramedic, and so I work a high stress schedule, first responder schedule with lots of shift changing, and primarily at nighttime. And I work 12-hour shifts, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. typically, and that can also get swapped around depending on what's happening at work. But it's kind of all over the place. So I have almost no regularity in my schedule, and I'm about 14 years into my job now. So I've been dealing with it for a while. So while my body's used to it, it does make a huge impact on my energy levels and overall how I'm feeling.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for doing what you do. We need people like you, and you sacrifice your sleep and your time to do that is amazing. So, okay, we're just gonna jump into this a little bit. So you had, a wedding coming up and you had a goal weight in mind. So first of all, tell me a little bit about just, had you tried some like things before? And then how did you find Be Balanced? Like what made you interested in our program?
Um, so so I've always been a larger person, and my weight has fluctuated extensively over the years. I've tried multiple things, including surgery, and it did help. It made a huge difference, but it didn't get me where I wanted to be. And I found the Be Balanced program at a bridal show in November of last year, and I was intrigued by the program, and I liked the holistic approach of it, and so I went and spoke with the consult person in December, and I think and we looked at January. We ended up I started the program in February, and it's been a really great process to go through this year, and it's immensely helped me overall in my complete wellness, and to prepare for this wedding.
It's amazing. So what you heard about us, so what stood out to you? I know that you said holistic because that is exactly what our approach is. It's an all natural approach, but what made you think that this might be something different? This might get me to my goal. This might get me over that hump that I'm at right now.
I liked that the promotion of it's a hormone reset, and I also fight hypothyroidism and take medicine for that as well. So I liked that it was a hormone reset. I liked the supplements, and that it wasn't about starving myself. Like it wasn't I liked that it was a dietary reset, but I've never taken the time to do a diet where I figured out a restrictive diet, and to figure out what works and doesn't work for my body. And I liked that this guided you through that process while still making sure that you weren't hungry.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's difficult too with a lot of programs too. There's a lot of different things out there, but I think what makes us unique is that we're targeting the whole body, right? So it's not just the diet. It's not just, you know, do all this exercise in the gym, which honestly, I know we had talked about offline that you're a runner as well. And so we promote actually not exercising just for the first
Yes.
days at least, because that's a stress to your body. And a lot of people don't know that too. So there's a lot of different elements of what we do and how we help women. So I'm sure everybody's wondering, so how much weight did you lose on the BeBalanced program to get to your goal before your wedding?
So I lost a total of 45 pounds over the course between February and my wedding was September 30th. And I felt that it was nice and even, like it wasn't a drastic drop. It was enough that by the time the wedding came around, it was one of the top comments I got. People definitely recognized it. And in fact, and I forgot to mention this offline, but I lost so much weight, I ended up having to get a different dress. I had to replace my dress.
I mean, that's a problem, but not a bad problem.
Right. Yeah. It was funny because I ended up going back to the dress that I originally fell in love with that didn't quite fit me the way I wanted it to when I tried it on. So in the end, it got me into the dress that I really loved, and it worked out perfectly.
I love that. That like makes me like super emotional.
Yeah, it was worth it. Every time I go back to the pictures, I'm so grateful that I ended up getting the dress that really meant something to me.
I love that. Well, I'm happy that we could help you with that journey too. I mean, you obviously did the work and trusted the program, but you know, that we were able to be there for you and give you that. Gosh, I always cry on these interviews.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay, tell me a little bit, like how did that, like how did this experience, like beyond the weight, you know, were there other things that you saw improvements in, or what you learned about your body, or how this was different than other things you had done before?
So the other thing about me is I'm a little bit older in terms of getting married. I'm 35, so first marriage. And so, as I get older, I recognize my body is starting to make some changes. And so, the BeBalanced program really helped me with resetting my energy, trying to help get me on a better sleep schedule. I definitely notice an improved sleep when I get to sleep. And my face, I noticed it really thinned out. And I'm not swollen. Like I even want to look at pictures from a year ago, and I had already lost a significant amount of weight then. I still had this really rounded puffiness to me, and that has really faded. That swelling all over, and that I'm really grateful for. And that was one of the top comments at the wedding. Everybody noticed my face had really thinned out, and I get to see my collarbones now. See where it is, and that's a first for me. And as active as a lifestyle as I've led, and I've ran marathons, I've done triathlons. These are physically being able to get these changes and not have to run 10 miles a day, 5 days a week to try to maintain it is what I'm excited about. And I'm also in an injury reset from work. So, my hope is that next year I'll get to rebuild some of my muscular strength. And I'd like to get back to a point where I can run comfortably, but I'd like to be able to do a 5K a couple days a week, or not have to run, have to spend an hour or 2 hours a day working out to try to maintain. And I think this program has got me to a point where I can maintain in what would be like normal, like, a 30 minutes to an hour workout, 3 to 5 days a week. And I look forward to incorporating this program with that when I get to get through a neck surgery I have coming up in January.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is you're an overachiever. But like, it's interesting that you like this, what this program does is it gives you that opportunity, right, to take care of yourself, to put yourself first, to understand your body, and that you don't have to be killing yourself and you don't have to be doing all these things. And now it's funny because we have clients like you who are avid runners, and they're like, I can't not run. Like, I can't not do that. Like, how's this going to work? And the thing is, it does. But if running is your stress relief, that there's benefits to that too, but it is hard on your body. So to know that you can still maintain this without keeping that level of, where you were at before it's great. It's great for your body and your long-term longevity. Yeah. So, I'm so proud of you, by the way. I mean, 45 pounds. And I know that you've told me offline that you lost a total of 105, which is incredible. Yes. Incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's like a small person. You know what I mean? So
And my hope is to maintain it, and this program, even while I'm healing and recovering from surgery, will help me to do that. And I'm very grateful for that. And I just I look forward to feel like I'm so grateful to feel good overall in my body for the first time in quite some time.
yeah, for sure. And when you were saying with your face too, like, so that's just a lot of inflammation that people don't understand too. It's like a weight loss program, you can lose weight, but if you're not addressing underlying causes of some of these things that are going on in your body, you know, so we're helping to address like your gut health, like your liver support, you know, your stress management, all that, you know, when we're eating processed foods, even if you're, you know, you're cutting calories, but you're not eating the right foods for your body, even sometimes if you're eating healthy foods, but they're not the right foods for you, they can cause all kinds of issues, inflammation in your body. It puts your body out of whack. So, and I know for, you know, most people too, like, you know, the weight, but they do say that all the time. Like, I just, when I look in pictures now, like I love seeing my face. And so, and I love that you know, that we actually, just to let you guys know, like Bonnie changed shirts because she was so proud of it. We did a little mini makeover. She wasn't sure. She didn't realize we were going to be recording this. So we changed locations. She put her hair, I mean, she looks like a supermodel now. So anyway, just
Thank
a little
you.
funny side note. But so tell me a little bit, like, so what kind of has this sort of meant for you as far as like what you've taken out of it? Like, right. So how has this helped you kind of change your mindset?
Um, it's it's really helped. I keep coming back to like the hunger. I've always fought hunger pains, and this has really helped to hone that in, to tell me, you know, to show me what I can and can eat, and to show me in you know, portion size, like what really makes me full and gives me that that's the word, satiety, like this the feeling of fullness, and I don't have to keep eating. So I like that it's helped when I go out to eat. I'm capable of eating a smaller portion size and getting a box, or you know, unfortunately, my husband he'll usually eat his meal and finish mine. But it's been, you know, I don't even have to buy as much food anymore as I used to. And I eat fresher foods, and I know what fruits work for me now. And just overall, food used to incorporate so much of my time in my day, my thought, and this has helped, so that it's not the forefront of my mind. Um, and and I know what I can do to grab, you know, what I can grab for a grab and go if I'm going to be on the run for the day, and how to pack my snacks to get me through my shifts. So overall, I feel like it's given me some time back on top of the energy, and really kind of reset how I think about food.
That's amazing in itself, because it's funny. It's like the first time, you know, we don't call this a diet. It's a lifestyle for us, right? We're teaching people how to work with their bodies to make this a sustainable life. But most traditional diets, the day one, even if you thought about food a lot before, day one, you're like, all I think about is food, because they're not incorporating. So, you know, our program, the way it's designed, so it's balancing your blood sugar, right? So those spikes and those cravings are not there. So that helps, you know, on top of it, you're learning, because you could be sensitive to a healthy food and it could be triggering you to actually have more hunger, you know, or,
Yep.
you know, there's all sorts of symptoms and signs, but you don't know that until you go through a program like this to really understand your body. So anyway, as far as just a side question for you, how has this impacted? I know you just got married, but by the way, I didn't even get to say congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
How has this impacted? Has this impacted your relationship at all, or relationships in general, or relationships with yourself?
It's really helped boost my confidence. You know, we went on a really awesome honeymoon to Fiji that we've been planning for several years, and uh, I got to wear all these cute two-piece bathing suits that I've never been able to wear, and I got to. I just felt relaxed. I feel lighter. I feel, you know, I can fit more comfortably in tight spaces, and I do notice it. even at work in my uniform, and being able to maneuver in an aircraft and in a helicopter, physically. It's helped me, just get outside and walk, and just be more active, taking our dog for a walk and whatnot. And it's really just boosted me overall, and and my husband loves it as well. But he loves me regardless of what size I am, and I'm grateful for him for that.
Yeah, we hear it's so funny. One of the sometimes we'll be able to like have interviews with husbands and wives too, and they always say that I love my wife no matter what, no matter what size, but I feel like this gave me my wife back, right? So, and you're 35, and I'm so grateful that you found this program now, because generally what we see, our demographic is 35 and up. Now we work with everybody. We work with younger women, because really your hormones can get imbalanced at any level, any age. But for those women who are, they're doing all the right things, right? They're eating right foods, they're exercising, and all of a sudden they can't lose weight anymore. And they're irritated with their kids. They're not sleeping well. And they're like, what gives? They go to their doctor. They're not getting answers. They may get, tests done, and they say everything's normal. And that's where we kind of come in and help reset and like get them to their goal where they can't lose weight other ways. So I'm really grateful that you found us at the time you did, at the perfect time to get you, where you want to be, not just for your wedding, but this is like, it's like a change in life of where you're starting, like kind of a new life too. So setting yourself up with a new mentality, understanding your body better, feeling better, like that just gives you such a head start in that relationship. So I give you major kudos. I'm grateful that you found us, and that you were willing to give us a try, and that you got the results that you have. So the last question I'd have to you really is, if you were to tell somebody, whoever's watching this, why they should do this, what would you say?
I would say it's an investment in your overall health and well-being, and like you said earlier, you get to tackle it, to get it all holistically, and from all different angles. And the friends that I do pitch this to, I tell them it was completely worth it. It gave me, it forced me to take the time to learn about my body and address the core issues that I wasn't seeing before. And it had allowed me to do that without running myself ragged. And it felt so good. And the support that came from the staff in my appointments, the supplements, I love my MCT oil and my coffee. I'm religious about it every day. And I love the easiness of it. I always have my books. They're for bacteria, and they're not, they're just enough. It's not so much that I have to dig through anything. I still take it with me to the grocery store and use the shopping list. And so just overall, if you're looking for something that finally addresses your core metabolic and hormonal issues, like this program worked for me, and I think it could work for you too. It's definitely worth the shot.
That was amazing. I'm gonna see that on a commercial right there.
Thank you. I really do pitch it. I hope that I hope that people really start to pick up on this and really see what it can do for you.
Yeah, us too. I mean, that's why we're here. That's why I'm interviewing you, to get, our story out, and to like help more women too, because I think, it's a shame that more people don't know about, like, there's so much misinformation out there, especially, I mean, when it comes to just, eating plans, and you can start a plan, but like, what's the plan to help you maintain it, right? What's the plan that helps you understand how your body works? Because we were not meant to be overweight, right? We were not to be living these stressful, crazy lives. Like, that's just the way our bodies are designed, or not made for that. We're not meant for processed foods. I always give the example, if you had a plant, would you feed it soda and expect it to live? But we don't think about ourselves that way too. And it's so easy to get into the societal things, or I just have to exercise more, if I beat yourself up, right? So I ate something I shouldn't eat. Like, no, like, you want to live and you want to figure out how your body works, because nobody wants to be thinking about food all the time, or feeling miserable, being tired, all those things. So I mean, the more,
and with that, I do want to say, and I'm sorry, I mean, to cut you off there, but
Yeah.
just I thought about it. We did several rounds throughout the course of the year, but I was able to lose weight and go into maintenance mode and enjoy my bachelorette party. We did a trip to Nashville, and I a long weekend there, and I was able to eat and make good choices in my foods there, but I was able to eat and taste and have small bits of the things that I love and not feel guilty about it. And then I was able to get back on the program. I lost more weight, and I was able to enjoy my wedding. And I had a wonderful meal at my wedding. We had wonderful meals on our honeymoon. And then I'm able to continue my maintenance and continue making good choices, and continue with the not having the cravings and whatnot. And my hope is I'm going to continue that through my holidays, and again through this surgery coming up in January, and then keep this program as a lifestyle and not a diet.
That's amazing. I mean, that literally, like, that makes me tear up too, because it's just like, when you understand, like, and people put such a stigma around, like, I'm going on a diet, I can't have this, I can't have that. And it sort of sucks the joy out of life. But when
Right.
you know that, yes, you can, and there's a reason why our name is BeBalanced, right? Everything in life is about balance, but you got to get to that place where you understand what your balance is and
Yeah.
what your body is able to, to do. And it's not that you can't have these things. It's just knowing that when I have them, I'm going to enjoy them. And then I
Yep.
know exactly what to do to get back on track and making
Yeah.
better choices. Because you can, I mean, if, you can choose your, whether to have this or that, but you're like, I used to maybe want that, but now it's like, have you noticed your cravings have changed towards things?
I do, and I've noticed that things don't taste things that I used to eat too much of, and they don't taste as like I can have a couple of bites and I don't want to eat anymore. Like I'm satisfied, and I'm a total foodie. I love food of all sorts, and I like baking, and I like just good food, and so is my husband, and so we're always looking for to try new foods and go new restaurants, and the holidays can be particularly rough for us, but I can have a cookie and I don't feel like I need to eat 10, and that's where I'm what I'm liking right now. I can have a small portion of something, and that's enough to satisfy me, when before I would feel like I have to clear the whole plate or eat the whole bowl, and or get seconds. And I'm so excited that I can taste food and enjoy the food, and I don't feel like I need to overload on it, or I can't stop. I used to have this bottomless pit, like feel like I can never feel full enough, and this has reset that, and I am very grateful for that.
That's amazing. That's freedom right there, right?
Yes, yeah,
Because
like food doesn't control me anymore, and I like that.
yeah, and it's not like you are being so strict that you're not letting food control you. It's that it literally doesn't, because you know what to do. And that in itself, especially for someone, I love food too. And I did the program, my last 25 pounds, and which is incredible, all the things, but it gives you a different relationship with food, because you're learning to
Yeah.
have a relationship with yourself.
Exactly. And I would say this is the best gift of the program at all, the freedom, you're right, the freedom from food, and is probably the best gift that this program has given me overall. And it's helped me get down, when I hit my plateau, my where I couldn't lose anymore, it's helped me break through that and get down to where I'm comfortable, and where I'm hoping I can stick around here, and I know I can do that with this program.
It's amazing. And we've got the tools. And what's great is I know that I had said, like, my last question, we could just keep talking all day, but that just kind of leads me into, so what I believe is one of the key factors in what we do is the personalized coaching, having somebody there to support you,
Mhm.
So tell me a little bit, like, do you feel that way? Do you feel, what was your relationship with your coach? Was that a benefit to you? How did that impact your journey?
The coach was, I think, another key part. The check-ins with her helped keep me, just I keep me on task, and how do I say, like, it was nice to have that extra motivation. She was always there to make sure that I had the supplements I needed, answer any questions, And it was always with support and positivity, and that I appreciated. I think that I am definitely one of those. I do better when I have a goal or somebody
Motivating you,
yeah, motivating me and keep and
holding you
making sure
accountable.
holding me accountable. Yeah, keeping that accountability. And so that's one of the other parts of the program that I think, and I didn't feel like it was pressured or pushy. Uh, it was just natural. It's just a natural conversation and checking in every couple of weeks and making sure that I was good to go and I had what I needed, and that I am also grateful for. I'm very grateful for the investment that I made in this program, and I hope that more girls jump on board. And it made a huge difference also in getting me through my wedding day, energy wise. Obviously, the few days the week of was incredibly stressful and I had a lot going on, and I just felt so good on my day, and I had enough energy and I got through the whole day, and it was so much fun. We had a live band. We had a Catholic mass at 1 p.m. and then we had the reception, and so we partied till 10, 11 o'clock, and so it was a long day, and this program really helped me get through it and feel my best.
That's what it's all about. That's amazing. Oh my God, I'm crying again. I'm just, when you were talking about just like all those ups and downs, and like, so we need support, right? Regardless. But when we're fueling our bodies, when we're getting better sleep, we're more well equipped to handle those situations. But I want to commend you, because that is when our brains kick in and it's like throw in the towel. We go back to the things that we're used to, what maybe like, food is your drug, or, just different things that we are so used to. But when you feel good, you want to continue making good decisions. So that gives you a leg up. But yes. I still want to tell you, like, that is commendable, that you dug in there and you knew this is what's going to help me. This is what's going to get me there. This is going to be a support. And I think that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I can tell you're a tough cookie, regardless.
I go through a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like it, but I mean, you have an amazing heart. I just wanted to tell you that. I mean, I can see it. And I'm just grateful that, what you've got out of this is exactly what we're here for. We want to give women that leg up, to help them understand themselves, to believe in themselves, to understand themselves, because we always say too, and as you're just starting your life with your husband too, like the woman is the central, of the family. And I know there's different types of families too, but and just the way we are by nature, we have the opportunity to change different lives, but we can't do that when we're not feeling well, and so I'm just so grateful that you are starting this journey being like this, and I can see and I haven't met you before, but you have this center about you that I would love to contribute some of that to what you've learned here as well. And I definitely encourage you to just, stay in touch with the center, just even all the things too, because we're always here. Like that's, for us, it's like, not like, here's the program out the door. Like we have people, I mean, I do these interviews or photo shoots, and like, people text me all the time. They're like, we just stay, like, we're all a big family and we're so passionate about what we do. And I just want you to know I'm here for you too. I know that Rochelle and her entire staff are always going to be there for you. But yeah, so I'm just going to wrap it up. I just want to thank you so much for your time today, Bonnie, and being vulnerable with me and sharing some of this stuff in the hopes to help other people.
You're so very welcome. Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate you. So we'll wrap this up. Thank you for anyone who's watching this. And thank you, Bonnie, just for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you.